What's up and welcome back. I'm John Stark from MovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and I'm diving into the 20th anniversary of Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. This movie stars Jude Law, Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, and Michael Gambon. And I remember this movie from back in the day. This movie has a very interesting visual style, so I was really interested to see what this movie was like with audio description. I think I own this on DVD, but I just never care to watch it. But it's also one of those films where I was like, did I trade it? I might have traded this in because you used to be able to trade in DVDs when DVDs were like super popular. Because I never really quite loved this. It's got some cool ideas to it, and it looks good. Like it looks cool. It's got this sort of graphic novel-y, steampunk feel to it. If that makes any sense, I don't know. It feels like back in the day, there was like The Rocketeer, which had its own sort of style for its day, and they sort of had some other movies that felt like they were based on older properties that had kind of they were trying to do a certain little style thing to them in the 90s, like The Shadow and The Phantom. And then in the early 2000s, we had stuff like Sky Captain, we had Sin City, we had Spirit. We had these movies that were trying to look like they were graphic novels of some kind. Like they had this shine to them, that you were watching something interesting or different, a little cartoony, that kind of thing. Sky Captain is a little bit brighter than the other two films that I listed. The other two are darker, certainly. Spirit is very much knocking off what Sin City achieved. Um, but Sky Captain is one of those things that is cool to look at. Uh, so I was like, well, what is it like when I'm not looking at the movie? is is there enough of a plot and character here? So Jude Law is the Sky Captain. I mean, that's not his name, but that's the definite the anyway. Um, and Gwyneth Paltrow is like a photographer that goes along. What's her name? Polly. That goes along with him on this journey, and they're trying to find this like mad scientist. And for like a lot of the film, at like halfway, it's not that long of a movie. It's like 90 minutes long. Halfway through the movie, her camera, she ends up she's only got two shots, so like, there's this running gag with like her she keeps seeing these amazing things, but she doesn't want to waste a shot on it. And he keeps going like, "What? That's not great enough for you?" There's like sort of like a Noah's Ark moment where like all these animals are being led onto a rocket, and he's like, "You're watching two animals of every species being led into a rocket. What else are you planning? What else do you think is going to be better than that?" You know, it gets really hokey. Her final shot is just so cheesy. Um, I don't know. I think kind of taking the visual style out of it. The audio description was fine. Like I thought it did it. There are like these robots that are in there, so it feels sort of loosely anime at times, where you're fighting these robots. It reminds me of like Attack on Titan or something, where they're just like these big things that people are fighting. Um, and I haven't seen this movie in years. Um, it's a movie I saw in theaters, and then I bought the DVD, and I don't think I ever watched it again, which is why I think I might have traded it out, is because I kept looking at it going, do I ever want to actually want, why did I buy that? Why is this movie in my collection? So, but I do remember the visual style. It kind of didn't do well at the box office. It was like a September 2004 release. Um, and it just kind of petered out. I think Jude's fun in this. I think Gwyneth is fun. Angelina Jolie is heavily underutilized in this, and so is Michael Gambon. But I don't know. Gwyneth is just sort of like her whatever. Jude's fun. I don't know. It's okay. Like not every anniversary celebration needs to be an anniversary song. Has this to no? You probably didn't even remember there was a movie called Sky Captain: The World of Tomorrow until I brought it up, and it's only been 20 years. So I don't think this movie has stood up at all. I think this movie faded out after 5 years. I think if I had done a 5 year anniversary of Sky Captain, The World of Tomorrow, people would have been like, "Oh, that movie." At the 10 year mark, you get people who are like, "What was that? I don't remember that." By 20 years, everybody's gonna like IMDb it and be like, "Did I see this? What is this movie?" Um, yeah, this is good luck finding it. Anyway, um, so by Sky Captain, The World of Tomorrow, my grade. I don't think it's a bad movie. I just don't think it's a great one. So I'm gonna lean slightly positive on this. I'm gonna give it a C plus. It's enough fun and adventure, and it clocks in at 90 minutes, and it doesn't overshare its stay too much, but it's a little hokey. I think it was rated PG, so it's like it's accessible for kids. Um, and but it doesn't feel like it plays to kids, which is weird. It just feels like it plays it safe the whole time. This isn't like Spy Kids, so yeah, that's it. That's Sky Captain. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the other side.